Good morning, guys. I am getting ready. I want to finish doing my eyes here on camera because someone asked to see a simple makeup eye look using 1 and 3 eyeshadows. So I thought I would leave my eyes last and show you guys how I do a quick eye look, because today I don't have time to do anything overly complicated. I just want to put something on my eyes and be done with it. Someone asked me also for a video on a makeup look I was wearing in my what's in my bag tag. I'll leave that linked up in the cards. I will get to that video later in the week. If you have requested videos, I'm not ignoring the request. I'm just trying to get to them slowly because I have scheduled videos that need to come out, and then I need to balance all the YouTube life with my regular life as well. So let me get into the shadows that I reach for the most to do 1 to 2 to 3 eyeshadow looks. Most of these are one shadow looks, and I reach for them because they're really easy to use and they don't accentuate any puffiness or the hood that I have in my eyes. So I have more of an almond shaped eye, but I have quite a bit of puffiness, not only down here, but I have puffiness on my lid. I have puffiness going on here, and then you know, my little hood that comes down in this area. So my goal when I'm reaching for eyeshadows is for them to be a little bit deeper than my skin. They can be matte, of course, that works for me all the time, but as far as a sheen or a shimmer, I need to be very careful with the overly shimmery eyeshadows, because I have puffiness in a hood that can actually accentuate that for me, and I'm not trying to do that. When I'm reaching for one eyeshadow, I want it to do it all for me. I don't want to have to reach for another shadow to deepen up my crease. I'm going to start off with this one right here. This is from Maybelline, and this is part of their Color Tattoo. This one's called Creamy Beige. What I love about this one is that it is matte. There is absolutely no shimmer. This will give me the most subtle one eyeshadow look if I want to look super natural, because it's closer to my skin tone, but what I love about it is that it's on the cooler side. So because of that, it is going to be noticeable, but not overly noticeable. So what I do is I start off on my lid area and then blend it up slowly into the crease, and then I'm done with it, and it gives me a super natural eye look. It covers up any discoloration on my eyelids, and it just does everything that I want it to do. I also love shadows like these little taupey kind of shadows. Let me pull up this one from the Loreal palette. Pewter, like something like this, is really great for one eyeshadow looks. So of course, again, I'll start off on the lid and then blend it up into the crease. I'll show you the two brushes that I tend to use. Colors like this just look really great because you don't need a lot of fuss with them. You can control the intensity depending on the brush. Or something, let's say something like this as well, which is more on the brown side. It has a bit of a sheen, but it doesn't have a ton of shimmer, and it's gonna, you know, add a little bit of depth on the lid, and then once you blend it out, it diffuses out, so it looks almost like you're wearing two different shadows when you're actually just wearing one. Anything that has a sheen, I think, works for me really well. Nothing really chunky, nothing really glittery. This one right here is Silver Pink, which is another kind of like pewter. It's more on the taupey side. These Chanel shadows are awesome because they're cream shadows, but they set themselves. You don't really need to set them with anything, and they last the entire day. So you can see it's very similar to pewter here. If you want to go a little bit smokier though, I have Profond from Chanel as well. This is a lot deeper, and you can do one shadow looks with these as well. Of course, just you know, using two different brushes to build intensity, but this is really great. Chocolate browns or like burgundy tones like this are really awesome for that. Lastly, this one from Milani, I have Bella Bronze. This is not my highest recommendation eyeshadow. I'm using it right now, and I've used it for quite a bit of eyeshadow looks, which a lot of you guys really liked. But this right here is Bella Bronze. Now this one, I feel like depending on the light, reflects a little bit more, so I have to be a little bit more careful with something like this, otherwise it will accentuate the puffiness on my eyes. But I have used it. I have put it over a brown, like a chocolate base, and then put this over top of it slightly, and then just blended it out. So it's still a one shadow look, but I put a base underneath it, and I just try to control how high I'm blending it up on my eyes. Let's talk about a couple brushes that I use. It's not these specific brushes, it's the type of brushes that I like using. So one is a blending brush, and this is what I normally start off with to apply the color and slowly build it up. This is a MAC 217, so anything similar to a brush like this will work. It doesn't need to be this one. This is a MAC, I think 239, I can't remember anymore, but this is a very short flat shader brush. Using two brushes will make it look like you've used two different eyeshadows when you actually just used one. It's a different day. I got interrupted while I was doing the eyeshadow look, so we're gonna do it today. You know, that's life. All right, I'm gonna get started with my Brule shadow here. This one is from Wet n Wild. I am gonna mix it in with Frappe because this one's a little bit too light for me. I think this would be great if you have fair skin, but I'm tan skin, so I have to mix it in a little bit. I love this shadow though. It's really great as a brow bone highlight. It's just sometimes it looks a little bit too stark for me. So I'm mixing the two and just applying it right under my brows and down to my crease. And then depending on the shadow, I'm using the Chanel, this is their Ombre Premier shadows. These don't need a base and you don't need to set them, but if you have a powder shadow like the ones I showed earlier, you want to use a base for it for sure. And I'm just gonna pick up the smallest amount, not too much. I don't need a lot because I'm just gonna start building it slowly. And with this kind of shadow, I have to do one eye at a time because these set really fast. So let me get you guys in a little bit closer. And I'm starting off with this brush right here, which is the 217, because it is a little bit fluffier. It's not gonna deposit a ton of product and it's gonna allow me to blend while I'm applying. So I love brushes like these. I have a ton because I use them for everything. So I'm just starting to build slowly, and I start on my lid and just slowly diffuse it up into the crease. Now because I have a hood, I don't have a defined crease, I do bring my shadow up, is it focusing? A little bit above my crease, like right in this area, because I want it to show up. Otherwise, if I keep it right in this area here, when I open my eyes, you can't see the shadow at all. So I'm just gonna continue building it and blending it up and diffusing it while I'm at it. Now you can leave it like this if you want to, or you can go in with a flat shader brush. A flat shader brush is gonna pick up more of the product and it's going to deposit more product because it's a little bit more dense. Something like this, like the 239, I think is what it's called. And I'm just going to place that on my lid because that's where I want most of the color to be. And I'm just bringing it up into the crease very gently. So I don't know if you can see the difference. It just deposited a little bit more color. I'm also going to pick that up and apply it to my lower lash. You're gonna hear my dogs purring because that's what they've been doing the last few weeks. It's just non-stop. Do you hear that? It's driving me crazy. Yeah. And I'm just gonna go in with my blending brush once again. And you can apply a liner if you want to. On days like this, I'm so lazy, I don't even want to do that. So I go straight in with mascara, and that's all I applied here. And it looks like I have a liner on because I press it up really close to my tight line as much as I can without poking my eye out, you know, because that never fails for me. And it'll make it look like I have a liner when I actually don't. And I love it because it does two jobs for me. I always get mascara everywhere. Don't mind me. It's just how it goes without a fail. Because my lids are puffy, I always get it right at the root of the lashes here. But you know, I've learned to live with it. It's alright. It's just makeup. It washes off at the end of the day. Why am I not in focus? For lips, I'm going to use these two products right here, and I'm using these because I've been getting asked, the times that I've been getting asked what's on my lips is usually these two lip liners, these two lip products combined. This is a Givenchy, it's super old lip liner. I don't know the name of it because it's scraped off, and I'm going to mix it in with Touch of Spice from Maybelline. So I'll outline and fill in my lips with this lip liner first. Alright, that's everything, guys. It's a super simple eye look and I love it. It's my lazy girl every day is a lazy girl day for me, to be honest with you, but it's really easy. I just throw one shadow on. I don't really need to worry about it, and I'm done for the day. I love it, and I love this lip combination. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it super helpful. Sorry I had to split it into two, but you know, things happen. It's the mommy life and having the dog life.